Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator news and updates, and we've got some awesome stuff coming down the road today. As you guys probably know by now, BeyondATC has been released, as well as we've got some release information on the PMDG 777, the highly anticipated aircraft, and a bunch more. So stick around guys, today should be a very good show. If you are interested in acquiring any of my Overkill's tutorial guides from Microsoft Flight Simulator, or simply interested in supporting the channel, please consider joining us on Patreon. Patreon subscribers level tier 2 and above have access to all of my guides, as well as any future releases that come down the road. Patreon link can be found in the description below.
Overkill simulations, watch us as we fly. Overkill simulations, the thrill will never die.
All right, as most of you probably know by now, BeyondATC has launched in early access, but I'm going to use this time to sort of address some of the questions that keep coming up in my videos and some of the other videos that are out there. So first, let's talk about what you're getting with early access. The base price of the product is $29.99 if you get the basic version. That includes 50,000 characters for premium voices and then unlimited, obviously, basic voices. Let's talk about pricing. That $29.99 is a one-time purchase. You do not purchase it more than once. You do not pay for a subscription. It is a one-time purchase, and all future updates will be applied using that same purchase. So you buy it once and it's yours. The only thing that you ever have to purchase again, if you choose, it is completely 100% optional, and that is the premium voices. The premium voices work essentially like a fuel tank. The more you drive it, the more you use it, the more fuel you burn, the more premium voices will that tank will deplenish. So if you want to continue to use premium voices, you will have to buy a premium voice package, which is no different than putting gas in the gas tank in your car. The more you drive your car, the more you burn fuel, the more often you have to put gas in the car. If you don't drive your car very often or choose to take a bike one day, aka basic voices, then you don't use the premium at all. That is the only purchase that is required moving forward after the initial purchase of BeyondATC. Now, there is a couple different packages. You have the basic, which is the $29.99, and then you have the supporters package, which is $59.99, and I highly recommend you guys take a look at the website and decide which way you want to go. Currently, AI traffic is not supported with BeyondATC. Now, what does that mean? As you guys all know, or have probably heard by now, BeyondATC is also going to be handling its own traffic injection. We saw some updates on that a few months back. However, the team put that on the back burner to return to the ATC functionality to get us this early access version. So once the early access version of the air traffic control is ironed out, polished out, smoothed out, crystal out, whatever you want to call it, cleaned out, they will return to developing the traffic injection, at which point traffic will then be supported within BeyondATC. Remember that BeyondATC, when traffic injection comes, it is not there yet. I'm going to stress that because I always get people saying, there's no traffic. Yeah, I've said it lots of times. Once traffic injection comes, BeyondATC will handle everything. Everything from not just the injection of the traffic, but controlling the AI traffic as well as communicating with it. You will have the option to set AI traffic control to premium or basic voice modeling as well. I would certainly recommend that you use the basic voice model for AI traffic, as why would you want to burn your money listening to AI? But that's just me. To each their own. So VFR, another one that keeps coming up very frequently. VFR is not yet supported, but is on the roadmap. One of the really cool things that they've done inside of the application itself, you guys, is at the very start and launch of the program, there is a button that says roadmap. And if you click on that, you can see where they are currently at and what the next step is, and how development is progressing. So very, very cool stuff. They are being very transparent with their product and where they're at and what their goals are and where those goals lie down the road. So again, that is BeyondATC. Those are just some of the basic things that I wanted you guys all to be aware of. $29.99 is the base package. You buy it and it is yours. You do not have to buy anything ever again, as long as you're perfectly content using the basic voice model, which personally I think is fantastic, but that is an option. However, if you want me as your overkill first officer, you will need to be using the premium voice model. As always, congratulations to the BeyondATC team. I'm really, really happy for you guys. Let's move on to the next one. Skyward Simulations has made their debut into Microsoft Flight Simulator with their DA4 or DA50, RG or retractable gear. This is sporting a 300 horsepower diesel engine. I have actually been near one of these before out here in Tucson. Never got to fly it, but I've been around it and got to hear it. Very, very interesting sound with diesel engines. And it's funny when you are used to hearing just your standard gas-powered engines or even turbine engines. When you get to the diesel, it's got such a different sound to it, very unique. One of the things that I want to point out about this particular aircraft that I'm really happy about is, first off, it's got the accurate 3D model, so it looks very much so like the one that I've seen before. But the big thing that stood out for me with this particular aircraft is it's using the Boris Audio Works. Boris Audio Works, for those of you who don't know, they do third-party sound adjustments to multiple different types of aircraft, and they do a very, very good job. There's some great enhancements. I think there's a couple actually on flightsim.to. If you guys want to check that out, just go over to their website and then search for Boris Audio Works. I believe most of their stuff is payware, but it's really, really good. Like I said, if memory serves, they have one out there for the Cessna 172 was the biggest one I tried, and it made a massive difference in the sound. Everything from internal and external sounds, from the engine to the switches to the avionics to cooling fans, etc. Really, really cool stuff. So that really stood out to me. This particular aircraft is a gorgeously well done rendition of the aircraft. Comes for 15 euros on the Skyward Simulations website, you guys. If you guys are interested in checking that out, it is sporting the Garmin G1000 NXI, so it's probably using the default G1000, but again, we obviously have the working title integration there with those aircraft or with the avionics suite as well. But it is a very, very fun little plane. The 300 horsepower engine definitely makes a very big difference, and I think will make it a lot of fun to fly. I'm going to be picking this up. The price point is absolutely perfect. You can't argue with that. I'm totally okay with that. I'm not one into the glass cockpits much. I try to avoid them, and I get it. It's 2024, Mike. You got to kind of catch up and recognize that glass cockpits is where we're at. Look at all the new, look at the F-22, look at the F-35, you know, it's just the way that things are going. So I get it. It just, I don't know. I like the analog gauges better personally. I think it feels like a busier environment when you're in the analog gauges, but as you guys can see, the cockpit looks absolutely gorgeous. Definitely following that DA scheme that you see in some of their other aircraft as well. So again, Skyward Simulations, congratulations. Welcome to the Microsoft Flight Simulator world. 15 euros on their website, guys. Ready and waiting for you to add to your hangar. Latin VFR has come out and stated that their A340-300 is on final approach. Now, as you guys enjoy this little scenic tour of the A340, I keep wanting to say A330, that's not right. Of this A340, let's talk about one of my favorite things about Latin VFR. One of my best compliments that I can give Latin VFR is they are always very, why can I not talk? They are always very open about what to expect from their aircraft. Their aircraft is going to be highly textured, very, very well modeled, but the flight modeling and systems modeling is not to be set to the expectation of that, say, of Phoenix A320 or the PMDG line of aircraft. They are meant to be mostly simulated, fairly accurate, an enjoyable experience, and something fun to enjoy in the simulation world. The A330, I did it again, the A340 I will be picking up. This is going to be a fun aircraft. We need a new 4-engine aircraft. It's going to be fun to have a wide-body aircraft of this size. I like landing, especially landing. I don't know what it is, but the bigger aircraft, there's just something that's a lot of fun about it. This will be the first of the Latin VFR product line that I pick up simply because, quite frankly, I got tired of A320s, A319s, everything in that same family and region. I mean, we have the fly-by-wire, I have the Phoenix. Both of those are enough for me. So when it came to their previous products, I was happy that they released them. Great job, but they just weren't for me. The A340 is an absolute game changer for me, just given the fact that it gives us that larger 4-engine aircraft. I think 4-engine aircraft in general are just cool. I think that's why the 747 and the A380 are so exciting. 4 is better than 2. I don't know why that's true, but it's not. He says as he's excited about the 777, which we're going to talk about here in a minute. But it's a very, very gorgeous looking aircraft, very, very well done, and I'll definitely be picking this one up. So if you guys are interested in checking that out, again, stay tuned, and we should have a release information on it very, very soon, according to Latin VFR. All right, so fantastic news regarding the 777 for Microsoft Flight Simulator. The 777-300ER, so the extended range passenger version, is getting ready for release. Now, they have still stated that it is a few weeks away, and just like with our other aircraft, we will get the 2 weeks notice prior to it actually launching. But it is basically coming out of the beta stages and getting ready for final testing. The final touches contain enabling the data link capability, as well as moving to a new navigation database structure, allowing for the full RNP and RNAV capabilities. While this has been going on, they are also working on the one that I'm actually most excited for, and that is the 777 freighter. I'm ready for a good freight aircraft. I think it's going to be a lot of fun doing some long hauls and building those FedEx and UPS liveries and things like that. I think it's going to be a really good time. I think, does FedEx and UPS use the 777? I hope they do. Either way, I'm going to. But the freighter is probably going to be the most exciting for me. It's a large freaking aircraft. Gosh, it's such a big freaking plane. The 777 is going to be awesome. And even with the ER, I'm going to be jumping all over this thing. I've been waiting for so long, and it's nice to hear that it's finally on its way in. As we all know, that the initial plan, based on information that we'd heard before, that it was a couple months away, projected the launch of the 777 to be by the end of May, or sometime during the month of May. But it sounds like that's not going to be the target. It sounds like we're looking more towards June based on what everything we're seeing is. But again, this is from Robert Randazzo himself, that the aircraft, the ER version at least, is coming out of testing and getting its final touches put into it. So it is with confidence, I think that it's fair to say that we should see this aircraft coming in June, just in time for the Expo. Flight Sim Expo 2024, guys, do not forget, if you're interested in joining a bunch of very, very awesome developers, you have cool seminars, some tours, all kinds of great things that happen at these events, and it's great to get around like-minded folks and just sit there and geek out, if nothing else. Trust me, it is an absolutely exciting and fun time. You get to see software, new aircraft, try out new hardware. If you're someone who's especially constantly looking to develop new things, there are some high-end products that are going to be there, some mid-range products that are there, so you get to sort of get your hands on a little bit of everything and really decide what direction you want to go. I think people really understate the advantage of this simply because of the fact that we forget how expensive flight simulation really is, and how it's become. And it's everything, right? Everything in the world right now is expensive as all hell. So, when it comes to these kind of events, they really do help a lot in deciding, all right, which route do I want to go with my flight simulation experience? But it's not just about the hardware. The seminars are epic, you guys. They teach you all kinds of stuff. Everything from a lot of DIY projects on how to build things yourself and do things yourself for your own simulation purposes, everything into real world operation. If you're someone who's wanting to either go into, maybe you're studying for your pilot's license already, or you just want to sim as close to accurate as you can learn a lot from the seminars that happen on Fridays especially. So really, really cool thing, you guys. It's going to be at the Rio Hotel in Las Vegas, June 21st through the 23rd. Overkill Simulations once again is going to be attending, so I hope to see as many of you guys there. Again, if you have not registered yet and you're interested in going, there's also a bunch of discounts on travel and hotels that can be found on the Flight Sim Expo 2024 website. Make sure to use the link down in the description below, you guys, if you decide to go that route. PMDG, unfortunately, this year will not be attending the Flight Sim Expo 2024, as it sounds like it was primarily due to scheduling conflicts, and they did not want the booth to be understaffed and therefore be shortcoming on the delivery of their products or communication with their customers that decide to show up at the booth. So I can respect that, and it sounds like they're probably going to be pretty much focused on the 777 and getting it out the door. So they've got a busy time going ahead. Even if the 300ER releases before the Expo, you still have, again, the freighter that's in development as well. So again, there is our update on the PMDG 777. As always, my friends, stay safe and healthy. Stay tuned for the next video. Don't forget, tonight, Monday, May the 6th at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, we will be going live with BeyondATC. I hope to catch you guys all in the live stream. It will be on Twitch. Guys, even if you're not a part of Twitch, you can still come and watch. You don't have to subscribe and all that jazz. You can simply just come and hang out with the pack. A link down to my Twitch channel is in the description. Just expand the description and scroll down a little bit, and I hope to see you guys all there. Again, we will be going live live with BeyondATC, as well as giving away a couple free copies of BeyondATC. So you're going to want to be a part of that. As always, guys, see you in the next one.